And before we take you into the bunker or war room, I'll give you a brief history on why it actually exists, which is the Cold War. Then you'll get a brief history on the bunker itself. The Cold War was a period of global geopolitical tension and struggle for ideological dominance and economic influence between the United States and the Soviet Union, USSR, and their respective allies, the Western Bloc and the Eastern Bloc. It started in 1947 and lasted until the fall of the Soviet Union in 1991. And here we see the Big Three, the Yalta Conference. And from left to right, seated, you've got Winston Churchill, President Roosevelt, and Joseph Stalin. The term Cold War is used because there was no direct fighting between the two superpowers, though each supported opposing sides in major regional conflicts, known as proxy wars. Aside from the nuclear arms race and conventional military deployment, the struggle for supremacy was expressed indirectly via psychological warfare, propaganda campaigns, espionage, far-reaching embargoes, sports diplomacy, and technological competitions such as the space race. On March the 5th, 1946, at Westminster College in Fulton, Churchill's famous words, "From Stettin in the Baltic to Trieste in the Adriatic, an iron curtain has descended across the continent, and it ushered in the Cold War and framed the geopolitical landscape for the next 50 years. And here we see the remains of the Iron Curtain in the Czech Republic in 2014. President Truman signs North Atlantic Treaty with guests in the Oval Office. Britain, France, the United States, Canada and 8 other Western European countries signed the North Atlantic Treaty of April 1949, establishing the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, NATO. The Korean War, which lasted from the 25th of June 1950 to the 27th of July 1953. Just one of the results of the Cold War. President George H.W. Bush left, and Soviet President Mikhail Gorbachev in Moscow in 1991. The Cold War as a system of states ended on a cold grey day in December in Moscow in 1991, when Mikhail Gorbachev signed the Soviet Union out of existence. Communism itself, in its Marxist-Leninist form, had ceased to exist as a practical ideal for how to organise society. And now for a brief history of the bunker itself. This is the UK's British policy on the USSR in 1947. Do pause to read this if you want to go through the ins and outs of this one. I shall be moving on. And here we see 106 probable targets, and these little dots here are what the British government believed the Soviet Union would hit in the event of a nuclear attack in the Cold War. Our war room was built during the tenureships of Winston Churchill, who we see on the right, and then his successor, Anthony Eden, who we see on the left. And this war room is a nuclear bunker dating from the early days of the Cold War. It is one of a number of such regional war rooms in the UK, built during the 1950s and designed to coordinate civil defence in the event of an attack on the country using conventional bombs or atom bombs. In the event of war, this war room would have housed the regional commissioner and his staff, who would have had direct and strategic response to air raids throughout various counties of the south and southeast of England. The regional commissioner had the authority to assume full powers for the central government in this region if contact with central government in London was lost. The war room takes the form of a two-level windowless building, with the upper level being above ground level and protected by massive reinforced concrete walls, while the lower level, now flooded, which is below ground level. The building is surmounted by two towers containing filtration equipment, and the bunker was designed to cope with attacks by weapons of the type used during the atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki during World War II. The development of the hydrogen bomb and the expectation of mutually assured destruction meant that the war room was both inadequately protected and seen as too small to support a large living staff that would be needed after a major nuclear strike. Its principal responsibilities were transferred to a new regional seat of government. Some sources say that it continued in use as a civil defence communications centre for some period after its transfer. And that's its brief history, and we'll take you inside. And for anyone that does know the location, please don't reveal it, because although damp and mouldy, there's a lot of originality inside this one, and we would like to revisit it. And the thing is, with revealing locations, not everyone treads carefully or shows the type of respect, and some people will go to these type of locations and will smash every door, every sink, everything, and it will be nice to try and keep this one as original as possible. Off we go inside. Good evening, my people. You join me and some friends on an abandoned one. A bit of a sketchy one to get into. I can't give its location, but we are in a Cold War era nuclear bunker. Wow. You seen down here? It's like rooms and everything down here. Bedrooms and shit. Wow. Staircase that goes downstairs. This is how you get down, look. Do either of you gentlemen believe in the paranormal?
Yeah, right.
Oh, I could have sworn just blind I saw someone standing in that fucking hallway there. I seriously ain't joking with you. I thought I saw a man standing there.
Swear that.
I swear. I'll take an oath, he'll tell you. I swear on my nan's soul, and he'll tell you I don't take that oath unless it's serious, do I? I heard a click and then looked, and like someone's foot moved and looked. And it was gone. Where are we going? Down first?
Should we go down?
You're gonna.
Shit, this is good. Bit of flooding, but that's alright, not too bad. Ooh. Oh, it's ankle deep in rusty water.
Not by, not still water, mate. You get ill with that.
Yeah, that is proper fucking.
Seriously, you get.
Yeah,
The one in the Thames had a pump, so it was flowing.
yeah. Oh, that is grim. My feet are now, that look like solid, so my feet are now completely saturated.
But we know for next time when we come back to bring wellies.
Yeah. There's still an awful lot for us to explore. I mean, you've got all down there, you've got down there. There's loads. What?
Where did you see that?
Right by that door.
Go on, Abs.
Do you want me to go first?
Yeah, go on, Abs. You've had demons with ghosts before.
I'll say what Nana Liz said to you. It's the living you need to be frightened of, boy. They're the fuckers that will do you the real harm. Records. Can you imagine what type of records and stuff would have been kept in here? Wow. This place is very interesting. Oh, Brandon, Abs. Look, there's a drawer full of slides. There's hundreds of slides.
Wow.
Look. What? Probably up to explorers.
Did you hear that noise down there?
Yeah, it's this place. It's haunted.
Is it?
There can't be people in here because it's sealed.
Yeah.
I'll go back in there.
No, come, let's go, fuck that.
Yeah.
No, I'm not scared, I'm just thinking booking, bro.
No, that's fine. Get Luke to his filming.
What?
Get Luke to his filming. What time is it?
What, is it certified haunted, is it?
Not certified, but I can. Can't you feel it? Like the vibe in it. It's not it's not a nasty vibe. It's just a what are you doing here kind of feeling.
Yeah. It's a cold vibe, isn't it?
Yeah. This place has got a really odd one to it, ladies and gents, the feeling. I mean, I got in with my lockpick gun. So this place was sealed.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
No, it was us.
Are you sure?
Yeah, we should be.
Oh look, there's one of the laboratories. Look.
No, mate.
No, you heard that,
Yeah,
didn't you?
yeah, something's in there.
Do you want to wait? Do you want to wait by the door for me?
Yeah.
I'll do it on my own. I'm alright.
Yeah, yeah, well.
Come here. Come here, let me see what he's on about. Oh, it's a laboratory there.
Wow.
It isn't people. It is
Someone
ghosts,
else.
and they can't hurt you. We don't mean there's any harm. We're just curious people. If there are ghosts here, you yourselves must admit that this place is interesting. My goodness. Look. Old computer parts and everything left from...
That's mould, be careful, Luke.
Yeah, I'll be alright. Whoa. There's so much left behind.
It's mad, though, isn't it?
It's mad, yeah. Look, the old crash helmets, and this must have been one of their
Mad, though.
little restaurants. Or a laboratory area or something. No smoking in this room. They've got pictures of mould cultures on the wall.
No, they've got methanol there.
They've got pictures of mould cultures on the wall here. Look, just goes to show what types of things these beggars planned, doesn't it?
Be careful with this stuff because all them chemicals can be hazardous.
Trust me, man.
That's a new Lucasade bottle.
Oh, people have been in here.
Yeah, because look, Luke, methanol, that'll kill you if you breathe that in.
Yeah, that's fucking...
Look at all this mould.
Oh no.
That even smells
I'll
funny,
just
innit?
I'll just get a picture of it.
Yeah, no, so it's just booking out, man.
Did we go this way?
That way is there, Luke.
Is that London? What's that?
All right.
The-
I'll just have a quick-
science experiments.
Quick look in the room. Another laboratory. Having seen pictures of mould cultures and spores on the wall, this being a nuclear war bunker, a Cold Warrior, it just goes to show, doesn't it, the type of things that these people have planned. They drop a bomb on someone and it might not contain much explosives at all, but some fucking deadly illness. Oh look, trim phone. From the 80s, these were quite fashionable, these were.
Do you want it?
I remember those from when I was a little boy. The thing was to have a two-tone one as well, like with the different colour handset.
That's just a kitchen.
Oh right, I'll just have a look at it. What do you reckon?
Apart from the noises.
That's freaked you out, isn't it?
Yeah, man. But children are just one of the big things.
Yeah, it can be a bit intimidating, that kind of stuff.
Right, we're going to do the other section.
Yep, off we go.
Yeah, don't do downstairs because
Nah, yeah. Well, that water, it looked solid.
No, if that goes through a cut in your fucking body.
Oh, I've got scratches on my feet anyway from... Nah.
That's the way you come in.
Yeah.
The shame can't go down because it's full of water. There's no other stuff.
Look at these, look, where they would have done experiments and stuff. They've got things in here where they would have done experiments, like little boxes, you know, with the cover things on them.
No, it's biological hazard. Boy, I'm not going in there.
Look at that.
Yeah, that's where they put mice, rats, and all that.
Right, for experiments.
Poor
man.
fuckers.
That is deep.
That's wicked,
Yeah,
isn't it?
I'm not staying there because of the biological hazard. You don't know what's being left behind.
Alright, mate. We will,
I'm going to stand here. Have a look at this here.
what, in here?
Mm-hmm. That's why it says biohazard. That's why I'm saying be careful.
Yeah, you don't want to be going in there, man.
Oh, look, there's plant pots.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I wonder if someone,
Use this as a shed.
yeah, as a garden shed for growing magical things. Or more than likely, what they did is they got seeds and plants in case the world got hit by a nuclear explosion, so they had more crops to start the world with again
That's it, Luke.
after the fallout, isn't it?
Literally, we went that way and we walked around in a circle.
Yeah. This place is most unusual. Look, a safe.
Where you go?
I'm just here. Oh, look, generator room.
Oh shit, is this the door we couldn't get in?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
What, is there more of it or something?
No, that's the door we couldn't get in, so we
Ah.
had to go the other way.
Right. Yeah, this is different, this bit.
Yes. Should we go back the other way?
This is different. It's like all their generator room and everything.
Where we went out.
This is a generator and all that. I didn't see
This
this.
is the way to get out.
Yeah.
Someone's probably been living in here, you know that?
Yeah, I reckon so. At some point or other. Superbike's book and all that.
Oh yeah, I know where we are now. There's the engine room,
Is there what?
where they pump all the oxygen.
What's that close up there?
That's the pressure.
Jesus, look at that engine.
Exhaust temperature.
That's a fucking beast, that, isn't it?
Right. That chair's over there, Ants. That chair wasn't there.
Oh, that's where torch works better when you point it at the ceiling. That's strange. Oh, there's a pit.
And the what?
A pit.
What's up here?
Like a pit in the ground that goes underground.
Oh.
Some kind of pit. I reckon it's for doing vehicles or engine work. You know, like in a garage.
Perhaps he's come out.
Is he?
Yeah.
Is he done? What's he had? Something else?
Yeah, because that chair went there. Me and Abs went in there.
Did think I heard a chair move, to be honest with you. I didn't want to freak you out anymore.
That was well, was it?
No, it wasn't actually. I will give you just one little
Back at the
glimpse of
beginning,
down.
there's the
Yeah,
stairs.
I'll give them one little glimpse of downstairs.
Right, I need you outside, yeah?
Yeah, I won't be a sec. Oh no. And we did get chased away by security. Luckily we managed to get away. Hopefully we'll be able to go back. And these civil defence advice leaflets that were given to UK citizens and USA citizens and our American friends, many of them of a certain age, will remember their advice and precautions that they were given. And a lot of this was basically smokescreens, because the UK government and USA governments knew full well that although they built all these bunkers for themselves and things to keep themselves safe, that pretty much their average populations weren't going to survive anything that was dropped on them. That's just that. But for our weird goings on, now, I couldn't unfortunately convey the absolutely weird and strange feeling that we had in this place. But I was the first one in. My two fellow explorers were behind me. If you look in this doorway, you can see a shadow of a man that is so jet black that it is really uncanny. Here's a close-up and red markings around him, so it highlights it better for you. And that's on the way in. We didn't notice this until we rewatched the footage, and here's the close-up. And you can actually see the shape of the legs. And what we figured out, at the bottom, that shiny thing, it looks like a Blakey on a shoe. But the shadow is so jet black that it's blacker than the other shadows that were around it. And here as well, if you notice, on our way in, there's no chair. Now, we all pretty much heard something scrape across the floor. On our way back out, there's a bloody chair there. And right in the distance, in the doorway again, the black shadow, but differently shaped this time. And of course, there was this weird striping I had across my screen, which I only ever get if I go near a certain type of electrical lighting. There was no electric supplied to this place, and the striping only happened when we talked about the weird goings on, or what it was, or what it could have been. So I'll leave that up to you. Hope you all enjoyed this one, and thank you for watching.